chewing, a unique social ritual in Vietnamese culture. As the country rich in cultural traditions, each traditional Vietnamese custom has its own unique, simple, and rustic features. Among them, the custom of chewing betel with the simple image of women sitting, chewing betel, and chatting in front of their houses has become an indispensable part of Vietnamese cultural life. These beautiful moments have been deeply engraved in the subconscious of Vietnamese people, especially those living far from home. The origins of the betel chewing tradition in Vietnam. The betel chewing tradition is known as an important social ritual among communities in Southeast Asian countries. Numerous archaeological and scientific studies have confirmed that the custom of betel chewing in Vietnam originated during the development of the Đông Sơn culture around 800 BCE. Specifically, during the excavation of a Đông Sơn era tomb at Nut Mountain, Thanh Hóa province, archaeologists discovered several sets of teeth dating back 1,700 to 3,000 years. Upon examination, the teeth show traces of red pigments, identified as substances left by areca nuts. From this, it was concluded that the practice of betel chewing existed among the ancient Vietnamese during the Đông Sơn period. Some other collected sources suggest that the tradition of betel chewing originated during the era of the Hung kings, when the ancient state of Vang Lang was established 2879 to 258 BCE. According to Lĩnh Nam Chích Quái by Trần Thế Pháp, the origin of betel chewing is rooted in a folk tale. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Cao Quang Lang who got married and had two sons named Tông and Lang. When they grew up, the two Cao brothers studied with a Taoist priest named Lu. At that time, the Taoist priest has a daughter of marriageable age, so he gave her in marriage to the elder brother. From then on, the two Cao brothers were no longer as close as before. Too sad, the younger brother left home. However, halfway there, the younger brother encountered a large stream. Exhausted and starving, he couldn't make it across and eventually died, turning into a limestone slab beside the stream. The elder brother then set out to find his younger brother. Seeing his younger brother die tragically, he was heartbroken and died with his younger brother and turned into an areca tree growing next to the limestone slab. Later, the wife came in search of her husband. Seeing him dead, she mourned deeply and died too, becoming a betel vine that wrapped itself tightly around the areca tree. The family of the Taoist priest named Lu went to find their daughter and heard the above story. They were so heartbroken that they built a shrine to worship the three of them. One day, King Hung went on a tour and passed by the shrine. He ordered his courtier to pick areca nuts, betel leaves, and some lime to try. After chewing, the king felt a little drunk. His face was rosy. His lips were bright red like the warm love of the three Cao family members. Therefore, the king issued an edict that in large and small ceremonies, especially weddings, betel, areca, and lime must be used as offerings to express solidarity. From then on, the custom of chewing betel of the Vietnamese people was born and gradually became a beautiful traditional cultural feature that is popular to this day. The Vietnamese way of chewing betel. The tradition of betel chewing is common among middle-aged and elderly Vietnamese people. Usually, before starting a conversation or a chat, people will invite guests to use betel and areca nuts to show hospitality and respect for the relationship. It is known that a complete betel tray consists of betel leaf neatly arranged in a tray, a small, shallow bottom tray with a lid, areca nuts cut into 6 small pieces, and a lime pot, a type of lime that has been kept for a long time, is soft, and has a white or pink color. When chewing betel, people will brush lime on the betel leaf, take a piece of areca nuts, and put it in their mouth to chew. While chewing, you can use a little tobacco to brush your teeth, called toothpick. After about 30 to 60 minutes, spit out the betel residue as well as the toothpick and drink water to rinse your mouth. The sweet taste of areca nut blends with the spicy and hot taste of betel and lime, bringing a slightly intoxicating and stimulating feeling to the person chewing. In particular, it has the effect of making the mouth fragrant, lips rosy. This is also one of the reasons why the custom of chewing betel has become an indispensable ritual of communication culture. The meaning of chewing betel custom. Vietnamese folklore has a saying, "A piece of betel is the beginning of a conversation." Therefore, the custom of chewing betel has a very special meaning in the communication culture of Vietnamese people, appearing in many large and small ceremonies such as Tết, dead anniversaries, weddings, etc. Besides the trays of cakes, tea, and alcohol, there must be a tray of betel and areca nuts to show the close bond. In addition, the custom of chewing betel also symbolized the aesthetic concept of the ancient Vietnamese. People believe that the blacker and shinier the teeth are, the more beautiful they are. Therefore, they often chew betel and combine it with the method of dyeing their teeth to get the shiny black teeth they want. Nowadays, aesthetic views have changed a lot, and the image of middle-aged and elderly people sitting in front of their homes, holding lime containers and chewing red betel is becoming less common. However, although the tradition of betel chewing is no longer as widespread as before, betel and areca nuts trays still hold a prominent place on Vietnamese ceremonial offerings everywhere during important occasions. Because in the subconscious of Vietnamese people in general, and Vietnamese living abroad in particular, betel and areca nuts have become an indispensable part of the national culture, always preserved, maintained, and fully upheld for their inherent beautiful values.